team needed a moment of quality. Your team needed a match winner. Feel good to be that guy?
Yeah, of course. It's always nice to help your team, and especially if you can score and has the winning goal.
So talk us through that finish. So many people snatch at it in that kind of situation, but you did a lovely job of just letting the ball go across you and sort of, it swerved a little bit, didn't it, off your left foot?
No, yeah, I think it's a great action, and I called B and he saw me, and it's a perfect layoff, and I knew I had to hit it straight with my left, and yeah, it goes in perfectly, and I'm really happy with it.
I just said to you off camera, I watch you obviously most weeks, and none the wiser to your strongest foot. I think it's actually the other one, isn't it? Is you right?
Yeah, it is, but I've been practicing all my life on both feet, and you can see that it helps you in the game as an attacker.
So practice, kids.
Yeah, indeed, it's so helpful if you're good on both feet, that you can go either way and obviously score goals with both feet. So it's nice.
So how aware as a team were you coming here of the poor record for the club at Goodison Park?
Yeah, of course we knew, and we obviously wanted to win the game. It's always a hard game. They give you a hard time, and but I think we defended well the box as well today, and then a couple of chances, and then taking those chances as well. And luckily, it was a 1-0 today, and we go back with 3 points.
Just going back to the goal, can you just talk us through the ploy from corners? Took a lot of short corners, sometimes took a little bit of time over them, and then went and played. What was the thinking?
Yeah, obviously they have a lot of tall guys as well, and they're good in the air. We know that they are good on set pieces, so that's where we wanted to exploit them, and I think it helped. And yeah, that was the idea behind it, I think.
So how hard do you work on those patterns of play from short corners?
To be honest, we work hard on everything tactically. So
as a manager.
Yeah, but he does so well with the team, and the team picks it up so well, and yeah, we're really pleased with it.
And does this moment mean even more to you? Just have to be a little bit patient at the start of this season.
Yeah, of course. You know the competition in the team. We have so many good players, but I'm happy at the moment, and I'm happy that I could contribute today with a goal.
And a big week coming up.
Yeah, it's true. The Champions League coming up. We're really excited for that, me as well, and yeah, looking forward to it.
And only Tottenham after that.
Yeah, it's a good week, but yeah, first let us focus on the Champions League, and then we will go ahead from there.
Okay. Well, like I said at the start, match winner, also player of the match.
Thank you very much.
Well played.
Cheers.
Well done.
Thank you.
Cheers.
The winning goal and the Player of the Match award as well for Leandro Trossard. He got that all-important decider for Arsenal against Everton. What did you make of his all-round contribution? Because he came off the bench when Gabriele Martinelli went off. Is that his role now as a squad player? Probably feels a bit harsh, but as somebody to provide that depth.
Well, you know, if you're at Arsenal Football Club, it's a big squad competition, like he was saying there, and he's taking his chance today, and we don't know how long Gabriel's going to be out for now. And of course, when your manager calls on you, you need to be able to repay him and stay in the team. He goes on about he's enjoying it. I'm sure he'll be enjoying it more if he's in the starting lineup. I'm pretty sure of that. But he's given himself, you know, a good sort of headache now for the manager to play him a bit more often, because he felt very comfortable out there. He's very sort of positive, which I like to see in forward play. So and the finish as well was just brilliant. You know, it was,
well, let's take a look at it then, because it was just like you say, a really lovely finish with the outside of his foot.
Yeah, it was. You know, just looking at the corner, the long time from the corner, of course. You know,
we'll come back to this.
Okay,
so the 26 seconds that it took for Arsenal to take the corner.
The amount of corners they had was short. All of them were. So they knew what they were doing. They planned on this all week, I would have thought. And, you know, it's going to keep on going now. I have to talk for a little bit longer. But it distracts the players. It distracts Everton from their jobs. I think Jordan here actually takes his eye off the game here slightly now. You keep an eye on him right now. There he is. So it just distracts them, then they go. And it's real, you know, in these sort of positions, they like to speed up the play, interlinked with each other right now, and which I always say as a winger, cutting it back, and it's just a fantastic finish.
Do you think then they took that time to make sure that Everton would still, and then all of a sudden their quick play around the box, as you said, I think the majority of their 8 out of the 11 were short corners and pop, 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 and then Everton are dropping deeper and deeper. Do you think they were just completely flat-footed?
Yeah, I'd definitely say that. They've caught them off guard. Like I say, they got all distracted, and then they lost their players, and that's how fast Arsenal break. Yeah, so good.
And that is a lovely finish.
Well, it's a brilliant finish. He opens himself up, he puts power to it, but he slices it a bit. And Pickford has got no chance whatsoever. this is not an easy finish. You know, you have to open up your body, and then you have to put power on the ball as well, and it has to stay on target. You know, so well done. But he pops up with really important goals. And sometimes, as a manager, you need a little bit of luck. You know, Martinelli gets injured, you make it a forced change with Trossard, and he comes in and he does the business, and he makes a very important 1-0. And you know, at the end, you know, you take the 3 points and you go away from here, where you normally never win.
Yeah, and as he said, it's a tough week coming up. He said it's a really nice week coming up with the game against PSV in the Champions League, with the North London derby coming up. Do you think now that, as you say, we don't know the extent of the injury to Martinelli, do you think now he's in with a chance of playing a big part in those games?
Yeah, I really like him, but as Theo said, the manager needs to have a bigger squad. This is a 3-game week, post-international break. You know, there might have to be rotation. We don't know what the goalkeeper situation is. Kai Havertz hasn't started today. So it's massive for them. But what I really like about Arsenal this year is I feel like they manage the game, they manage the tempo. If you know you're going into a 3-game week, I feel like at times I'm like, go on, can you do it a bit quicker? But then I'm thinking, Arteta's probably saying, manage the game. Let's not get into an unnecessary battle. Let's keep it moving. And they will tire. The stats first versus second half said that as well. So I'm seeing a mature Arsenal, I really am, and I think with a bigger squad, rotation, and a manager that's going, let's keep growing, I think they're doing very well. Yeah,
and we'll see the effects of that, as you say, throughout this week and into next weekend. As for Everton, they did have moments within the game. Probably their best chance fall to Doucouré, do you think?
Yeah, he tried to manufacture something. He plays here over Rice's head, he dribbles in, and he's trying to attack Saliba, and Saliba just pulls his leg away at the right time. He still goes over his knee, but it's not really a penalty.
Could he have carried on going there?
I think he should have, and see if he could get to the ball, but obviously his decision was made. It's one of those, you know, when you have made your decision, oh, he's going to tackle me, I'm going to make the most out of this, then you're going to go down, aren't you? And it didn't. At the end of the day, the referee did a brilliant decision not giving a penalty.
Yeah. I think the ball just got away from him as well, and he's just felt, I need to go down here and just try and win something, because essentially it's probably what was going to get him back in the game was a set piece or a penalty like that.
Yeah, they were looking for something like that, but that could have been a penalty, but under the circumstances. Was that the right decision, Karen?
Oh yeah, he's looking for absolutely everything there, isn't he? It's the leg that was meant to be there that wasn't, you said earlier. And but look, Everton, if you're relying on we're looking, that's their best chance. You know, I think, did you say their XG was 0.3 or something? Like, okay, you got Luton next, you've got to have something different. I like how we went, okay, we'll go 4-4-2. Calvert-Lewin's got more minutes, but I think he might have to be more attacking mind in the next couple of games. I know it's Arsenal today, so I do appreciate that, but they've got 1 point now.
Yeah, but you're still at home, though. You're still at home, so
what was disappointing,
so you have to
today,
give something to the
disappointing
to the
today
fans.
Was the fact they didn't have many set pieces to actually put pressure on goalkeeper, like you said in the first half, about putting pressure on.
Well, that is, you have to give Arsenal the credit, you know, because they're not going to make stupid fouls. They don't want the ball around their box, you know, and they handled that really well. Arsenal, they kept the ball 75%, you know, and if you keep the ball 75%, you're not going to get that many corners and free kicks against. They were very patient, Arsenal. They played a lot in their final third, so it was difficult for Everton. But I think when it is a goal kick for Arsenal, that is where you have to be a little bit more attack-minded and a little bit more brave to put people forward and press from the front, and they never done that today.
Do you think the experience of Mikel being an Everton ex-player, knowing the fans, sort of trying to, you know, eat into his sort of knowledge of this Everton crowd for his Arsenal young team? Because I felt like Everton today just didn't know what to do.
I thought was brave in putting Vieira in, because he took Havertz out, who you're thinking is a physical player, Everton will give you that, and he's gone, actually, no, I'm not going to put our team in a physical battle, I'm going to play. Yeah. So I'm going to play my technical player and actually go against you. Yeah. And that's smart.
Identity.
And it was, like you said, it's mature. Like, they don't give away fouls, they don't give away silly free kicks, they play where they've got to play, and I think I was impressed because it's not easy off the international break with disruptions. Did they have 16 players away as well, Arsenal? It's not easy for a manager.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get us. I think us all wrong. Arsenal didn't play brilliant.
No.
But they were efficient. You know, they were calculated. They took their time with the corner, with the goal. They spoke about it, what we're going to do, and they did it. They done it. And obviously, somebody needs to pop up with a goal. But they always had the confidence that that moment would come. And in the past, it's been different with Arsenal. And yeah, they're growing, they're maturing, as what she said.
I want to ask you the question that you asked Karen as well, which is, do you think that Mikel Arteta used his experience as a former Everton player to play the crowd as well as the team?
Yeah, looking at that, putting that question to me, yes, I would say.
Well, because you're the one who's played it. You know,
like there's this Arsenal team which are, like you say, feeling like they're a bit more mature now, and but they wouldn't have had many experiences here. Looking at the fixtures we had previously, which have had not positive results. Maybe that's what they've been lacking, not actually playing the crowd, because it's a really tough place to play football, and you need to play against the crowd. Maybe sometimes more than the actual team. And they did everything right today. They frustrated the whole crowd, they frustrated everything about this place. And that's how you get results here. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams that will take, a little bit from Mikel's sort of setup today,
Yeah, they were definitely frustrating the Everton crowd in this game.
And in here.
And there was, but you could feel that element of frustration. But Arsenal still managing to create a lot themselves as well. And we saw Odegaard in particular with a few chances, even though their XG was just over 1 for Arsenal. There were chances and half chances and opportunities in there.
Yeah, I mean, Odegaard could have had man of the match today as well. Again, he's just technically one of the gifted players in this league, a bit similar to Kevin De Bruyne, the left-footed sort of version. But yeah, he would have been very disappointed in that chance, I would have thought, and maybe this one. But he's done everything right. He can't really look for an option. And everyone recovered well, but it's just, it's beautiful to watch. He really is.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I like him. So elegant, always looking forward for a striker. You want to play with midfielders like that, He's always looking, can I manipulate the ball? Can I play my striker in? Can I do something positive? As I said, he's very elegant. The only thing that I would want him to do more is scoring goals. He's got lots of assists, but I would want him to score more goals because Arsenal will need those goals to come from different places, more from wingers and more from those two number 8s.
Could be tougher tests to come for Arsenal, but they remain 2 points behind the league leaders Manchester City. However, it has been a really difficult start to the season for Everton, and yet it was another tricky day at the office today. Let's hear from...
Here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead.
Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Gabriel Jesus!
It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
And he's forced to go back. Rice.
Odegaard. Played out to the right.
Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. That'll be a throw-in. Zinchenko.
Pass is coming off in... Now the finish! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
So we have our breakthrough.
Still a fragile lead, though. They Can't afford to sit on this.
Goretzka. Aims beyond the defence. Rice. Zinchenko. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's there to belt it away. And the volley. Zinchenko. And here's Kane. Koeman. Now it's Müller. Can he finish? It's a goal! Bayern Munich are all square. That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, the finish looked a guarantee once he was found all alone, and it's criminal defending.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a bullet was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Rice, and that interception was most necessary. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's Sané. And that'll be the last act of the first half. Arsenal head back in at the break after a first half that has been, from a scoreline point of view in any case, an even one. Both sides have contributed in equal measure, neither looking overly under pressure from the other. And at the break, glass half full, half empty. It's 1-1. Arsenal head into the dressing room after a half in which we've seen 2 goals, 1 each, and the game right on edge. And we are already promptly back underway.
Arsenal clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Havertz! And he's really put himself on the line here. And we have our very first corner. Koeman is there to heave it away. And now they can spring out of defence. Kimmich. Now it's Kimmich. Now it's Müller. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems.
The attendance for this match was 71,550.
Müller.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? And here's Müller. And it's Sané. Havertz. Now it's Saka. He's got away. Arsenal couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Kim Min-jae. It's Kimmich. Müller. Davis.
Bayern Munich showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
Kimmich kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Müller. They've managed to get it away. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Mazraoui. And it's Sané. Gets away from his opponent.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
That is a great pick out. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time.